Give me the justifier for why it's wrong.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'll tell you what's wrong. So you do realize that when it comes to, do you know the average age of when children start watching pornography?
That sounds like a parental control problem.
Yeah, that's not the question.
But
do you know the average age?
You problem though?
That's not the question. Do you know the average age of when children watch pornography?
I'm asking back to internally critique.
So you're okay. So you're asking. So you're answering the question with a question.
Where's that a you problem?
You're answering the question with a question.
Yes. Why not?
All right, fine. Okay, because you're an idiot. All right, so what was your question again? I'll go ahead and answer it real quick, as long as you answer mine afterwards.
Okay, so, so if it's in the privacy of their own home, especially, why is that a you problem?
If it's in the privacy,
what gives you the right?
I have a woman.
Do you pay their fucking bills?
Do I pay their bill? They're in my home. You fucking retard.
Do you pay their bills? What gives you the right to tell them what to do in their own home?
I don't have to pay their bills. They don't pay my bills, and I have the right, if they're in my home, to tell them.
Oh, that must be why they're not
out of my home. If you're gonna fucking
wang
around your titties with just pasties on the nipples, yeah. Why don't I have the right to do that?
What's wrong with it? If it's in compliance with state fucking law, what's wrong with it?
So okay, so then you oblige by the state. Then that's your whole thing.
Yeah, why not?
What? Okay, what if the state told you that What if the state told you that you can have sex with 8-year-old kids? Would you oblige by that and say that what's wrong with that, bro? It's okay. The state told me that I can have sex with kids, therefore it's okay.
Why would the state?
Because the state told you. You're literally making the argument that the state told me that it's okay for pasties to be on the nipples, so therefore it's okay, bro. So if the state told you that it's okay to have sex with 8-year-olds, would you fucking be obliged by that? Would you have sex with 8-year-olds?
No, I wouldn't, because that's
well, why not? The state told you. The state told you could. So looks like
the state told me I could.
So it looks like the state is not always right.
Fucking dumb
fuck. Yeah, what if it does? You'll oblige by that, right? You'll oblige by that?
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do to enforce it?
They're gonna say it's okay. Again, there's no enforcement. You're the one that's gonna oblige by the state. So if the state said you're okay to have sex with 8-year-olds, you will do that, right? Like the pervert that you are.
What are they gonna do to enforce it? What's the force doctrine? Stupid?
They don't have to enforce it. It's legal. You fucking retard.
Okay, then I've got a fucking choice not to do it.
Okay, then you're gonna have sex with 8-year-olds, right? Then you're gonna have sex with 8-year-olds.
I've got a choice not to fucking do it, though, don't I? Because the state isn't gonna force me to do it.
So then they won't force you, but it's okay if you do it, right?
If I guess, yeah.
Okay, so you're okay with having sex with 8-year-olds if that's the law, right? You're okay if men have sex with 8-year-olds, right?
What you're doing.
Just answer my question, bro. Answer my question.
It's on its framing, dude.
Okay, I'll start off slow, because your whole argument. Hold on, listen.
The state's giving a fucking choice. It's like saying the state allows you to have the fucking choice between a Butterfinger and a Snicker. Are you gonna fucking eat both the Butterfinger and the Snicker?
If the state says that you can only choose one or the other. Well, here's the thing: if the state said you can only eat a Snicker or a Butterfinger, right? And I said, well, I want to eat both. So my opinion is, I would want the state to say, no, fuck that. I want both of them. Both of them. All right. I want to eat both of them. But they say you can only choose one. So in this case, you would be like, no, the state said you have to choose one, and that's okay. So if the state said it's okay to have sex with 8-year-olds, you would say, no, it's okay. It's okay. So you would allow your neighbor, to have sex with 8-year-olds, and you're totally okay with that, correct? Because the state said so.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like saying fucking California, where it's way the fuck over there, no, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so you don't.
Why do I have to give a fuck about it?
Okay, great. So if it's your neighbor, or if it's in California or something like that, and the state allows
people over there, if other people over there vote, go get together in a voting booth, and they vote, go do that, and they want to do that. Where is it my fucking right?
What's your
problem?
Tell
them what to do.
Great. Okay, now I'm getting your point. So you're saying, okay, if it's over there in Cali or whatever this case, and they're having sex with 8-year-olds, I have no right to tell them. It's totally okay. So then you come at me and say, Jake, you have no right to tell Nova to cover up her tits because the law said it's okay.
No, I didn't say you didn't have a right.
The law said it's okay.
I asked why are you? You hate titties? Is that why you're doing it?
No, it's not why I don't hate titties. Okay,
so then what's the social harm that are
but do you see the contradiction? From your point of view,
it's not a contradiction.
Well, from your point of view,
because we're talking about two separate things, right?
Well, no, they correlate, because your point is
no, they
that
don't.
It's legal.
No, they don't.
Well, listen, dude, it's legal because as far as when it comes to nudity, it's okay as long as you cover up the areolas. That would be considered non-nudity, right? We agree with that. We agree with that. Great, state law. The state said that. The state told me.
So you saying? So you saying?
Listen, bro.
The First Amendment.
Listen. Calm down. So from your perspective, the state told me as long as you cover up the nipples, it's totally okay. They can be around kids, and it's the parent's duty or whatever you said, right?
Yeah.
Etc. Fine, fair enough. Then you also said if the state mandated, hold on, if the state, listen, bro, listen, dude, listen, really quick, calm down. So you would also oblige to the state if the state was allowing grown men to fuck 8-year-olds. You would say none of my business. It's okay. That's what they don't care, right? Okay, great. So at least that's consistent. So here's my point here. When it comes to conservative values, all right, for me to conserve moral aspects, I would hold on, listen, talk, dude. Hold on, let me finish.
God, you fucking take forever, dude.
Well, because you don't pay attention. Listen, real quick.
I
don't want to rehash the argument. I don't want to rehash the argument. This is why I have to explain everything. From my perspective, I would say no. I don't believe that grown men, whether they're in California, New York, Florida, does not fucking matter. I don't believe grown men should be having sex with 8-year-olds. Okay? So I would fight and say, no, grown men, you shouldn't have sex with 8-year-olds. So going to Nova, no, Nova, you shouldn't have plasties on your boobs and hanging around kids. All right? No, Nova, if you claim to be conservative, as far as from a cultural aspect of things, you should agree with me. Your point is, no, Jake, the state told me it's okay. If the state told me that my neighbor is able to have sex with an 8-year-old, I'm totally okay with that. Do you see the difference here?
Sure, but
you do.
because I'm outlining that there's a personal choice going on there. And if our system is set up to where if you vote for it, you may fucking have it, then it would be in the conservative pejorative to protect that ability to vote for it and have it. That would be the conservative standpoint, dude. That's what I'm trying to get fucking through to you.
Okay,
now again, what I didn't say you ought not fucking criticize her for it. I said, why are you? What's the fucking harm that she's causing to anybody? And you're saying that it offends your sensibilities. It turns your fucking dick on. That's why you want her to fucking put it away.
Wait, when did I say that?
Fucking retard.
When did I say that?
You have no self-control.
When did I say that? When did I say that?
You're the least fucking conservative dude in the fucking room.
That's
your entire argument, dude.
No, it wasn't. So my argument was because like my dick gets hard or some shit like that. Like when did I make that argument?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, that's why you want her to put it away, because once you want her to put them away because it offends your dull sensibilities. You can't not look.
Oh, okay.
You can't have fucking respect and just look the woman in the fucking face.
So that was my argument.
Let her wear what she wants to fucking wear because soldiers and everybody have fucking died for her to have that fucking right to do so.
So soldiers died for Nova Star to have her tits out.
Yes, they absolutely did. They died for beer, titties, and rock and roll, bro.
They died for beer, titties, and rock and roll. So back in World War I, right in the 1940s, before rock and roll was even invented, all those 16-year-olds died for rock and roll. Wait, before rock and roll was even invented, those guys.
Let me preface this.
Yeah, go for it.
If Hitler won, would there be beer, titty, and rock and roll?
Say that again.
If Hitler won World War II, would there be beer, titty, and rock and roll?
I have no idea. Would there?
No. What was his fucking goal, dummy?
Why not? So you're saying if Hitler won, there would be no titties anymore? Wait, if Hitler won, titties wouldn't exist? That's what you're saying?
Because Hitler's war, what was Hitler's war against?
Please explain to me how if Hitler won World War II, that titties wouldn't exist. Or beer.
Because everybody would be gone.
Everybody would be gone?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying Hitler wins and...
Dude, do you even know what
wait. Let me get this straight.
About?
Do you believe that Hitler's goal? Hold on, listen, bro. I have a question. Do you seriously believe that Hitler's whole goal was to wipe out the entire world, and he's the only man in this planet? That he was going to wipe out every single person on Earth other than himself?
His whole entire goal His whole entire goal. That's why he was against Europe. That's why he was against France. That's why he was against Poland. That's why he was against all the European
person
nations,
on Earth.
white people. That's why he was against Africa. That's why he was against Jews. That's why he was against fucking literally everybody. His goal was to wipe humanity out
completely
and leave only one subset of people left on Earth that he
one set.
Very specific.
Okay, so you contradicted yourself.
Pay attention at all.
So really quick, talk hard. Listen up, really quick. My understanding of your argument was him to wipe out every single person on Earth. You said yes. Now you're specifying one specific type of person. Okay, now I get what you're saying.
No, I did not specify one specific type of person. I said his goal was to wipe out everybody else and leave only one specific person.
That's what I just said, you fucking idiot. That's what I just said. I still man your position. Great.
You said that his war was only against one specific type of people. No, I'm clarifying.
I didn't say that, idiot.
He wanted to leave only one specific type of people, which was which the people that he chose, that he believed to be mentally fit, physically fit, genetically pure.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So I did steel man it correctly.
Yes, I'm correct. We went to war in defense of beer, boobs,
calm down, dude. Calm down. So really quick, I did steel man that correctly, and you're just kind of losing your mind right now. So really quick, so
no, I'm not. But,
so you said with if Hitler would have won, titties wouldn't exist, beer and rock and roll. Okay, fine. So if Hitler only conserved one type of people, that includes men and women, right? And these women have boobs. Therefore, boobs would still exist, right? Boobs would still exist even if Hitler won the war. Okay, so did he only want to have women not have boobs in his New World Order? What are you talking about, bro?
He could choose flat-chested women. That's still a woman.
But flat-chested women still have boobs. They still have boobs, you idiot. So yes, boobs would still exist even if Hitler won the war. This is crazy. So anyways,
let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Still eliminate the cleavage.
Okay, let's go back to this really quick. Okay.
Flat-chested women don't have cleavage, dude.
Okay, bro. Like you're literally a guy that is totally cool with grown men having sex with 8-year-olds. But really quick,
no, I didn't say I was cool with it.
I
didn't say I was cool with it. I said there's not much I can do if that's legally the law. Listen, hold on. Because if it's legally the law that people are allowed to have sex with 8-year-olds, and I go and I harm them, what happens to me? I go to fucking prison. Stupid.
So
I'm not gonna go to fucking prison for something like that.
Okay. So
I might as well. I might as well just engage in the fucking legal activity.
So the conservative values would be to allow grown men to have sex with 8-year-olds. That's what real conservatives do.
Yes,
right?
yes. And then the proper way that we would go against it would be at the fucking voting booth.
Okay. So real conservatives, if it's the law that men have sex with 8-year-olds, the real conservative thing is to not allow it and just let them have sex with them, and it's not a big deal. And,
and then the
vote for it or something.
Change the law.
Yeah, change the law. Okay, great. So if I wanted to change the law that Nova can't show her fucking cleavage, right? What's the actual matter of that? What's the matter of that, though?
What's the matter?
Why am I in the wrong?
If you can get it to go, then you can get it to go.
Do you think that liberals are the only ones that want to change laws?
But my point is you're not substantiating why it's wrong for her to.
But let me ask you this:
anti-conservative for her to have her cleavage out. That's my main point of attack.
Okay. Do you believe that liberals are the only ones that want to change laws? Or do conservatives also want to change laws?
What fucking question is that? No.
No, you don't. Okay, so conservatives also want to change laws, right? They also want to change the culture. Duh, yeah, okay. So therefore, I can be conservative and actually tell Nova I disagree with her tits being out on the internet.
Sure.
So for example, with only listen. Bro, listen.
I asked, why are you?
So listen.
That's the part I'm trying to fucking get through here. I don't care about all this fucking fluff that you want to keep going through.
It's not fluff.
Why are you?
Okay, so the reason why I'm making this debate happen is because when it comes to cultural values, I have specific ethics that I oblige by, right? I oblige by. So in those ethics, I would say, for example, women can't do OnlyFans. From my perspective, I don't like OnlyFans. I don't think women should do it.
OnlyFans is completely fucking different from cleavage. That's a completely separate thing. You can prove a societal harm out of fucking OnlyFans, dude. You can't prove a societal harm out of just cleavage.
Can you? Okay, hold on. Can you prove societal harm from men having sex with 8-year-olds?
Yeah, you can prove a societal harm with that. That's
why
I would encourage you to go fucking talk to your lawmakers about it.
Prove it.
Stupid.
Prove it right now.
But you want to have a fucking gotcha moment here. You want to have a
societal harm. Prove the societal
harm. That's why you're asking really, really dumb shit.
Yeah, well, because you're spurging out, bro. Chill out.
I'm not spurging out. I'm making sure I'm talking clearly so you can hear me.
Bro, calm down. Yeah, well, you're just talking loud. Prove the societal harm of men having sex with 8-year-olds. Go ahead and prove it.
Prove the societal harm of men having sex with 8-year-olds?
Yes.
Well, the societal harm is that you can literally tear their insides up.
You can tear their insides up?
Yes, you can tear their insides up. You can kill them.
How so? You can't kill them.
Yes, you can.
You can kill them?
Yes, you can kill them.
Okay. So the societal harm. So societal harm is
if you go into her tiny little fucking vagina with your big old motherfucking wang and you viciously fuck the shit out of that thing, you can rupture her vagina. Hold on, shut up, fucking sissy pants. You can rupture her vagina and fucking kill her.
Okay.
Thus, societal harm. Prove it. That's why we don't do it.
Okay. So the societal harm of grown men not having sex with 8-year-olds is you can kill them. But you, if the state mandated it, hold on. If the state was, hold on, listen.
Societal harm, having sex with 8-year-olds.
Yeah, I got it.
Having sex with,
bro, I got it. Stop. But if the state was totally approving of that, if the state approved of that, right? You would sit there and say, well, that's okay. I'm not going to do anything about it.
No,
These
I would
kids
go
are
to my
getting killed,
fucking lawmakers.
and I'm going to go to the voting booth.
I wouldn't go to their fucking houses. I wouldn't go to their fucking houses.
But would you tell them to stop? Would you tell these men to stop?
You're fucking,
hold on. Would you tell these men to stop?
Me again.
Would you tell
You're
these men?
Misrepresenting me again,
dude. Just answer my question. Would you tell? Would you tell these men? Would you tell these men to stop having sex with them?
No, because
they can harm.
They can charge that. They can charge that as harassment.
Yeah, let's say the law says that.
I would go to my lawmakers.
And
I would have the debate with them, and I would tell them, "Hey, get this on."
Let me get another beer, bro. This is wild.
House floor, or Congress floor, or Senate floor. I would leave them the fuck alone because that's the right thing to do.
Okay.
Like, dude.
All right. I got you.
You don't need to break a law in order to fucking harass somebody. Or you know what I mean.
Really quick, dude. Marte says, check this guy's hard drive.
Fucking Marte says blind women.
Yeah, I think we need to check your hard drive, bro. I think we really do need to check that hard drive.
Blind women and lie to him. So
I think we need to check this guy's hard drive, man. The only reason he wouldn't is because it's unlawful. Sus as fuck. Yeah, sus as fuck, dude.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that's the only reason I wouldn't.
Okay.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Well, I mean, bro, at the end of the day, you oblige by the state. You oblige by the state, right?
Sure.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that
just because it's unlawful, that's basically your only reason.
Where's the correlation that if it was lawful, I would do it?
No, I'm not making that claim.
Because it's lawful for me to own a gun, I would shoot people.
Yeah, I'm not making the claim that if it was legal to have sexual, relations with minors, I'm not saying that you would do it. But you did admit that you're totally okay with your neighbors doing it, and you wouldn't say a damn thing. You wouldn't correct them or nothing like that, right? Right? You wouldn't do that because it's against the law to harass them, right? Harass them?
No, because of harassment laws.
Okay, great, harassment laws. So if you're gonna sit there and say, well, do you believe that I harassed?
I would go. What did I say?
Hold on. Do you believe that I harassed Novastar by telling her my opinion?
Jake, hold on. Stop for just a second. What did I say I would do? Repeat back to me what I said I would do.
That
I would leave them alone and do what?
You would leave them alone and vote for politicians to change the law.
Yeah, I would go to my lawmakers and talk to my lawmakers.
Yeah, I know that, stupid. I get it. But that's not my question.
Okay,
so let's go back to Nova. So here's the thing. You wouldn't approach them and say, stop raping those children. You wouldn't say that.
How would I know? How would I know if they're doing it in their own home?
It's legal because according to the law, it's legal. And
yeah, but how do I know?
Well, let's say you just do know. Let's say you saw it, bro. You say they have little kids coming in and they saw it.
What's my proof my neighbor's doing it?
Well, let's say he gave you pictures of it. Would you go over there and tell it?
Okay, great. You know what I'm going to do with those pictures?
He sent you pictures. Would you go over there and tell him to stop?
You know what I'm going to do with those pictures? I'm going to say, that's awesome. I'm going to take the pictures. I'm going to take it to my lawmaker and make my fucking case
that's
to make
awesome?
it illegal.
You would look at the pictures and say, that's awesome. I'm going to go share it with other people.
Not?
Okay.
Why not?
Man. Okay.
It's called sarcasm, dude.
Well, you just said, I mean, it's awesome and stuff like that. You have no morals, you sick fuck. Dude, the chat's really, really
I don't give a shit what your fucking chat's doing. They're
you're a pervert, bro. You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo, dude.
No, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo because you think it's cool to go fucking harass people.
And you're a weirdo because you're totally cool with grown men having sex with 8-year-olds so long as the law tells you.
Your petty fucking standpoint in life.
Uh-huh.
You think it's cool to fucking break the law. You're no better than a fucking liberal. You might as well go out there and start trashing their cars.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally advocating. It's cool to go trash their cars. It's cool to go fucking throw bricks through their windows because it creates shame. It makes them do what we want them to do. It makes them capitulate. You're literally advocating to people to go fucking break the law. If you're a conservative, you don't advocate people to go break the fucking law. Charlie Kirk did not fucking advocate for anybody to break the fucking law.
Yeah, but advocate.
He said, have a friendly debate with them, which I can still fucking do with my neighbor. Yes, I can. I didn't say that I wouldn't do that. I didn't say that I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I said I'm not going to harass them. I'm not going to make accusations at them without any proof whatsoever.
But let's say
backtrack to the fucking point.
Yeah.
Where does Nova's cleavage demonstrate that she's doing anything wrong? Where does it demonstrate that she's out there fucking 50, 60, 70 guys a fucking day?
Yeah, I didn't make that claim. I didn't make that claim. Calm down, dude. Bro,
your claim at all.
Calm down, dude. Calm down. So I never made the claim that Nova's being a whore. What I made the claim is that she considers herself to be a conservative woman. And from a cultural point of view, it doesn't seem to be the case. And I wanted to have that exchange with her. Right. And then she had fucking loser simps like yourself come in here and totally poison the well of my argument. This is why I asked you. Hold on. This is why I ask you. You're purely on the side of, because it's legal, it's totally fucking fine. It is what it is, and you should just accept it. And you should never question it, Jake.
I didn't say you should just accept it. Where? Holy shit! You cannot be this fucking stupid. Where is going to my lawmakers about it? Totally accepting it.
I'm not trying to change the law, you fucking retard.
Jesus,
that's the point.
Christ.
When I approached Nova, it wasn't about policies. It was about a cultural mentality. Do you know what that means? Okay, great. So I don't need to go to my lawmakers. I don't need to listen. Hey, bro, shut up. I don't need to go to my lawmakers.
You see her cleavage? You see her cleavage? That should make you fucking horny. That's what you're doing. You're a fucking weirdo.
So anyways, I don't need to go to my lawmakers in order to make my point. It has nothing to do with policies. It has everything to do with
you should. That's how you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do.
So can I finish talking, bro? Bro, stop spurging, dude. Calm down.
I'm not spurging.
You are spurging. Let me talk, dude.
No, I'm not.
You are, dude. You're a guy that's defending men having sex with 8-year-olds. Really quick. So again, my perspective.
I didn't say that I would have sex with 8-year-olds. Will you stop fucking doing that?
I didn't say that you were.
Fucking respectful to you.
I said you defended other men that would, because it's the law.
No, I didn't. Where did I defend them,
bro? You're a conservative.
Where did I defend them?
If I would go to my conservative, if the law has that, then therefore I follow it. It's okay.
As per the preservation of the legal system, I would go to my lawmakers, not take the law into my own hands.
What about
go to my lawmakers and argue and removed and shut down and re-legalize?
Do you believe that morals correlate with lawmaking?
They can.
They can?
Yes, they can.
So, for example, when it comes to, you think morally, like,
yeah, like when I
deleting
vote, when I
deleting somebody's immoral, right? We can agree on that.
Wait, right? So go ahead and say that one more time.
Deleting somebody is immoral. We can agree on that, right?
Somebody can be immoral, yes.
Okay, so deleting somebody with no justification is immoral, right?
Yeah, deleting somebody with no justification.
Okay, great. And we have a law against that, right?
Yes, there's a law against that.
Okay, there's a law against that. So,
why aren't you rebelling against the law to murder? Why don't you just start fucking shooting these fucking people and getting them off the street? Just problem solved.
Because it goes against my ethics, and that's why I'm trying to get down to the root of your ethics. That's why I'm trying to get down to the root of your ethics, right? So again, if
I mean, I already gave you the root of my ethics.
Let me talk, dude.
Clearly.
You got to shut up. You got to let me talk, dude. All right, I'm being nice to you right now.
No, you're really not. You keep trying
I'm being fucking nice to you, Talk Hard. Okay, you're talking crazy. You talk crazy, Toasty.
No, I'm not talking crazy.
Okay. So, anyways, so going back to this, okay, if when it comes to the law and you agree that the laws maybe sometimes or most of the time maybe would actually oblige by some type of Christian ethics.
Sure.
Okay, great. We can agree on that. So when it comes to some lawmakers, for example, as far as like the pasties on the tits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So does that mean you never want to wear muscle shirts again, by the way?
Bro, listen. Let me finish. So when it comes to, because I'm going back to this argument. So when it comes to the pasties on the tits and women are, let's say, as long as you don't show your areolas, etc. So let's go to public places such as the movies, the mall, the park, whatever. If women were allowed and they just put pasties on their tits and they walk around like that, do you believe that's okay for society? Do you think children are totally okay with being around women showing that? And when it comes to the man's perspective, as long as the man's not showing his wiener, he can make like maybe a sock with his wiener in the sock and walk around that way. Would you be okay in that society? And it's legal?
Well, on a personal level, no. That's why I would go to my fucking lawmakers.
Yeah, but it is legal right now. Yeah,
that's why I would
legal as far as nudity laws.
Be changed.
Yeah, but nudity laws.
But I don't have to harass the fucking people themselves.
I'm not harassing anybody about it.
Yes, you are. That's what you're doing with the shame. That's what you're doing with the shame.
Hold on. How can I harass somebody online, bro? I'm not touching her. I'm not doing any of these things.
Do you know what the definition of harassment is?
Harassment can be verbally, but I don't think I'm verbally attacking her. I'm saying that I want to have a debate with her. That's the difference, you fucking white knight idiot.
You don't think it's a verbal attack to tell her to cover up her fucking titties because it offends you?
I didn't say it offended me, you fucking retard. You're doing a straw man again.
Why are you bringing it up?
Dude, I already explained that multiple times, you fucking idiot. So again, my argument is that when it comes to Nova Star, okay, it was because she claimed to be conservative, okay? And I have a definition of conservative values when it comes to culture. She has a different fucking definition of that. I wanted to get into that. We never got into that. That's what I wanted to get into. When it comes to you, you're saying, well, the law decides what cultural-wise would be obliged in this moment of time, and you can change it under your lawmakers, and you can change it under your lawmakers.
Hold on, I'm making the appeal to law.
Dude,
because you kept making the appeal to law.
I wasn't making an appeal to law, you idiots.
You did multiple times, all throughout Grid's video.
Oh my god, no, I didn't, dude.
Yeah, you did, dude.
I didn't meant what? Okay, yeah, what policy did I make? What policy law did I make?
When you said that it's literally against the law for her to fucking wear pasties on her over her areolas.
No,
you wanted to frame it as public indecency. You're trying to appeal to public indecency law,
dude. No.
So what I did is I
didn't say that, you fucking retard.
And I found out the state of Texas is fully okay with her going completely fucking nude with nothing on her nipples. It's completely okay for her to do it by law.
By law, women can walk around with their tits out in public?
Yes. Austin, Texas penal code.
Okay, give me the penal code, bro.
Sure.
Yeah. Send it to me.
Sure. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
You said Austin, right?
Austin, Texas. See, you don't even fucking know, and you're trying to have authoritative views on shit you don't even fucking know.
Okay, bro. I just did an AI overview under Texas law and the Austin City Code. Public nudity is generally prohibited through female toplessness and design clothing option zones operated in notable legal expectations. So no,
I got more about it.
Okay, send it to me here. Texas stature applies to general anus, blah blah blah. No, it's not completely nude, bro.
Okay, so check this out. I looked it up specifically on your pasties claim, right?
Go ahead. No. You made the claim. You made the claim that it's totally okay with women to be completely nude in Austin. That's not true.
Yes, I did. And I said, hold on, listen, you didn't hear what I said correctly. Okay. I said I looked it up using your pasties claim. Okay? It says whether wearing only pasties is illegal depends heavily on your exact location. As public indecency laws, hold on, I'm not finished. As public indecency laws are set by local municipalities and states, many local laws define female nudity as exposing any part of the areola, meaning tiny nipple pasties may not meet the legal standard, which means it's a size of the pasty issue. So if the areola is covered, it's legal. That's just point blank. Yeah, you have no argument there.
Talk hard.
I did not finish what I looked up. Okay, I got two parts.
Go ahead and finish it. Yeah.
Okay, I've got two parts to this. Okay, I want to make that real clear. So just wait until I'm finished.
Go ahead.
In jurisdictions with strict public decency laws, like certain areas of California, imagine the fucking most bluest state on the planet having strict public indecency laws, huh? They must not be as degenerate as we thought. And Illinois, wearing only pasties could lead to citations or arrests for public indecency or disorderly conduct. Conversely, in top freedom cities such as New York City and Austin, Texas, where going topless is legal for women, pasties are generally permitted because fully bare breasts are already allowed. Now, here's the second one. Here's where I got even more specific. No, this goes towards the harassment code. So I will correct myself on that. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the penal code for the harassment.
Just get on with it, bro.
Oh, you can take fucking forever, but it's not okay for me to do so?
Dude,
is it rules for thee, but not for me? Is that what's going on here?
Just go on, dude.
Rules for thee, not for me.
Right,
yes. You can go to jail for cyber harassment in Texas, such as because what I looked up is can you get charged for harassing somebody on a panel? Yes, you can.
What's the definition of that?
I'm giving it to you right now.
Go ahead.
Yes, you can go to jail for cyber harassment in Texas as online harassment, cyberbullying, and cyberstalking are strictly penalized under Texas Penal Code Section 42.07. Repeatedly sending offensive, obscene, or threatening electronic messages with the intent to harass, annoy, alarm, or offend someone is considered a criminal offense. I can't imagine your guys' fucking big old liberal conservative fucking state is sounding very fucking liberal.
Did I do that?
Yes, you did. She made it very fucking clear that she didn't want to be talking about her cleavage, and you kept pressing it.
No,
because you have a fucking problem with the word no, Jake. Just like how when Grid One told you that he didn't want to fucking talk.
Just let me know when you're done talking.
You kept trying to fucking press it.
Let me know when you're done talking.
Pressing it, trying to get Grid to fucking change his mind. You have a fucking issue with the word no.
Let me know when you're done talking. Let me know. Are you done?
No, I'm not done talking. I told you I had.
Well, just let me know when you're done. Just let me know you're done so I can respond to all.
Yes, I will let you know when I'm done.
Yeah,
I will let you know when I'm done.
I'm still waiting, bro. It's been a long time. Hurry up.
Oh, you can like I said, you can talk for fucking ever. You can sit here and fucking jerk yourself on your fucking screen.
Dude, just finish your fucking thought, dude. Hurry up, dude. Finish your thought, you pervert. Damn.
God
really quick, let me read a super chat really quick because you're taking forever. Real quick, Richard Wally, $5 super chat says, if Toasty and Dusty did a fusion dance, would we get powdered toasted bad, dude? That's actually pretty good.
Funny.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. All right. So really quick, let me respond to some of these points.
Specific penalties.
But hold on, I have another one. Bro, hold on. Hold on really quick. I get it. Hold on really quick. I got another super chat. Just why. Jeremy Ryan said a good point. By Toasty's position, he's harassing you right now with his actions on the panel, Jake. Why is he harassing you rather than just advocating for legally change to stop you? Yeah, that's a good point. Bro, why are you harassing me right now on panel? Why don't you just take it to your politicians?
We're Were you previously categorizing it as harassment?
Can you answer the question?
That's why it was going to be really important that I gave you the whole thing.
I kind of feel like you're still harassing me. Why are you doing this instead of taking it to your politicians?
Would you like me to leave?
No.
Are you asking me to stop?
I would like you to leave.
Am I violating your consent?
I feel threatened.
No. Hold on.
I'm just. But
am I violating your consent right now? Are you asking me to leave?
You're harassing me, bro. Yeah.
Are you asking me to leave?
Yeah, and you're not doing it. Seems like I can get you for some.
I just want.
He's cyberbullying me right now, guys.
He's cyberbullying me right now. Are you asking me to leave?
Yeah. Please. I feel harassed right now. I feel harassed. I feel harassed, bro. Oh, no fucking way, dude. This was the best fucking chat. This guy's dude, we trolled his ass and he fucking legitly left, dude. Oh, I did not see that coming. I did not see this fucking loser actually fucking doing that with the troll, dude. Oh, no way. And he didn't actually explain that I was like cyberbullying Nova Star and shit. I mean, he went all over the place, dude. This guy was saying like, I'm totally, oh man, if the state told me it's completely fine for grown men to have relationships with minors, he's like, yeah, totally okay with that. Dude, this dude is, bro, these are the people that are backing up Nova Star. These are the people that are on the side of Blow State. These are the people that are on the side of Blow State, bro. Laugh my ass out, Project ViewPod. I'm happy to share that W with you, bro. That was great, bro. It's fucking fantastic, man. That is so fucking good. That's such a good look. Again, we're going through. There's a lot of chats right here, so that's a good point, man. He's literally harassing me right now. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, I think I need you to leave. I don't want to get you arrested. I don't want to get you arrested, man. The fact that you guys put him in a corner. And we're just reading super chats, man. We're just reading super chats. And, I felt harassed. And coming in here, man, that is wild, dude. I got this guy to literally confess that he's totally okay with, and he will back up. Yeah, I'm not saying he'll do it, but if the law is okay with grown men, graping, having relationships with, minors, 8-year-olds. He doesn't care. He said, oh, it's over there. I don't give a shit. And Jake, that's real conservatism. You need to conserve what the state has in mind, which goes back to what I was saying about the First Amendment and flag burning. Before 1989, flag burning, the American flag, was illegal and punishable by law. I want to conserve that law, But this guy, if the state allows that, it's only the liberals that are going to change flag burning. It's only the liberals that want to change these things. It's like, dude, it's a battle of ideas, you fucking retard. But yeah, he went crazy. That guy is fucking insane. I exposed possibly a PDF file, weirdo. We, possibly, I don't know, but he had some weird arguments, man. This guy was really something else, man. Speaking of which, we got another hater. Well, he was going after me the other time, bro. What's up, man? You there? Nick?
Yeah, I'm here. Give me 1 second. I'm turning my TV down because I know that.
You know what? You do that. I need to take a leak, Mick. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Hold up. Okay, we're back, guys. I'm sorry. We had to take a quick break. Mick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man?
No, I just wanted to. Motherfucker. Hold on. I was fixing. I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah. Well, I want to get your thoughts on the exchange. I'm sure Mick heard it. Mick, do what you got to do, man. Let's get it to Marte. Marte, you there? Okay, Marte might be.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Oh, there you are. Okay, Marte, thoughts here, bro.
Hey, I just wanted to call in. I don't have much time, but I wanted to say keep up the good work and let's keep fucking the left up. And another thing, I plan on running for office soon. So we've had too many people come into our spaces and wreck our laws and also reinvent things that are rights. And it's time for me to do this debate thing for real. So I'm actually running for a position in politics right now. So I'm going to be a committee man first. And I plan on moving to Texas and doing the same thing too. And blocking these illegal immigrants from coming in and changing our laws. Because that's literally what's happening.
Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%, Marte, and God bless you. And I'm gonna be 100% supportive of your fight over there in the political sphere, more so than just commentating, bro. So definitely, really quick, Mick. Hold on, Mick's there. Mick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Mick, by the way, you were the one that was on the panel with me with Novastar, right?
I was.
Say Mick, right?
We agreed initially what this topic is, but after we got off of that topic, we pretty sure we agreed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Later.
I got 3 kids, man. It gets noisy.
No, it's fine. Mick, it's fine. God bless you, bro. Kids are kids. It's all good. So Mick, did you see that exchange that I had with Talk Hard or Hard Talk or whatever his name is?
Yeah, Toasty. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine, a Discord friend, however you want to put it. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't necessarily argue the points he was coming from. I think he had some points, but he was getting lost too much in the critiquing of the argument. If you get what I'm trying to say. I try to keep things simple. I'm pretty new to this, probably a month and a half now. Yeah. Ultimately, I just want to know, what's your ultimate disagreement with a little bit of cleavage shown?
Okay, so really quickly, when it came to Novastar, I don't have a problem with cleavage as far as in a sense of classiness. Again, I don't care about the cleavage. That wasn't even my thing. The cleavage happens everywhere. You see it everywhere. That's not my thing. Don't care about the cleavage. The part that I was arguing, which again, nobody's actually addressing, is that Novastar had the claim that she was a conservative woman. And I'm thinking of it from a cultural point of view. Now, Novastar has a lot of cleavage out there. And I went through her videos and she likes to show it a lot. To me, that doesn't come off as a conservative woman as far as from a cultural perspective. And that was my criticism. Nobody wants to criticize me on that. Instead, they say that I'm a boob hater and that I'm homosexual. So nobody's actually contending with my argument.
Well, I definitely wouldn't call you a homosexual because my opinion, you focus way too much on it. And I don't think homosexuals will focus on.
Yeah, they're too gay.
Oh, no, cleavage.
You're too gay, dude.
I would disagree with anybody that calls you a homosexual.
Okay, well, you have to disagree with Nova. She's on the I think she's on the other side because that other guy, I guess he went live, so he's still simul streaming on my end. So Nova can still see it, but she's not on my chat. We have more chatters here, Nova, if you want to come by and talk shit, or if you want to come in. Dudes love boobies. Yeah, but that's not the point. Yes, of course dudes love boobies. Who cares? It's not the point. Contend with the argument about the perspective of conservative through a cultural lens. And that's what I want to discuss.
Right. So let's say, for the sake of the argument, Nova, I'm not saying this is your intentions or anything, but for the sake of an argument, I think when we were on Grit's channel, I gave you an example how not all conservatives share every single views, and I used my opinion that I don't think religion should be taught in schools, where most conservatives would have the opposite opinion. So I would argue the fact that Mamie Nova, being a conservative woman, likes to show off a little cleavage. You know, we all like to show off what we got. Back when I used to work out 6 days a week, I used to wear muscle shirts because I love showing off my body. I got 3 kids now. I got a dad bod, so ain't much nothing to show there. You know what I mean? But back in the day, I enjoyed showing off my body because I had something to show. I worked hard for it. You know, maybe Nova, this is just an argument I'm presenting to try to help Jake. Not all conservatives share 100% of the same views. And I understand, culturally speaking, that's actually very important for conservative views. But at the end of the day, from a cultural standpoint, would it affect our culture in a negative light?
When it comes to what specifically?
When it comes to cleavage.
Cleavage only? No, I don't think so. Not to the highest degree. Again, that wasn't my criticism. Exactly. My criticism was her presenting herself as a conservative woman, and my claim was that she's covert feminist, right? That was my thing. And again, at the end of the day, with cleavage, that's not my point. Again, I even made the point when I was on that stream. I think with the reaction, I said something along the lines of, yeah, when you look at these Twitch e-girls that are very much liberal, and I tell this, I can criticize the girl for having their tits out, but it's like, yeah, you expect that. They're liberal chicks that use their body to get fucking money and clout, etc. Right? You expect that from, and they don't present themselves as a conservative woman, right? So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. With Nova, it seemed to be like she uses her body to a degree in order to get some type of attention or viewership. And if that's the case, you can go ahead and admit that. That's fine. But this is why I want to have that conversation from a cultural point of view of what is appropriate from that perspective, from a conservative perspective. You know? Because she doesn't claim to be liberal, and that's where I'm thinking, hey, I think she might be a covert feminist.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get your argument because we do have a cultural norm from a conservative viewpoint where we don't really, you know, see the ladies with a lot of cleavage typically, unless they're, you know, a night out of town with their husband, whatever. Yeah. But I think on positives that we would have to give Nova credit is she doesn't have an OnlyFans. She never did any type of XXX videos, that time of thing. That's a good thing. You know, that would fall into the conservative viewpoint.
Sure. No, I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm sure she doesn't do OnlyFans or any of that nature. But again, I want to have that discussion really quick. School of Thought, well, she's on the other side. She's not in my chat, but she's stating this. Hey, Jake, when I left, I saw you compliment a plain Jane blonde girls with B cups and tube top, and you could see her nips poking through. You said she was pretty. You're a hypocrite. So really quick, even if that's the case, I would even admit I think Nova Star is a pretty girl. How does that make me a hypocrite? You know, Nova Star has her tits out. I think she's a pretty girl. So what? So fucking what, dude? That again, address my actual point about when you present yourself as conservative. Regardless if you're ugly, you could be an ugly bitch and showing a lot of cleavage. I would still fucking and you claim to be conservative, I would still have the same questions. Doesn't matter whether I think you're pretty or not. That's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. But Nova, if you want to come on here, you can come to my chat, and the link is in the chat there to come on if you want to do that. So yeah. So again, nobody's actually addressing my arguments, bro. So again, even with you, okay. So Mick, let me ask you this question. This is why I asked the question about pasties, because your buddy Talk Hard or whatever his name was, he was like, well, you made the argument that it's okay because of the pasties on the boobs here in Texas, etc. Now this is all true. When it comes to like beach laws, etc., as long as they don't show areolas, that would be considered under the law of bikinis, etc. Right? It's totally okay. It's all legal. So this is why I had the question where, well, if all women just walked around in pasties and took it to the extent of where the law is, would you be okay with that? Mick, you said, you know, that's kind of too much, right? If every woman did it. But if every woman did it, would you say like, yeah, we should probably change that? And you won't want your kids walking around the beach, a family-friendly beach, with women with H cup tits, double Ds, or even B cups or A cups, you know? would you want to change that law?
Well, yeah, I think I should have put my headphones in. I heard what you said. I just had to strain a little bit. But I think there are certain places, and this is what Toasty was trying to bring up. He may not have clarified. There are some places that allow topless beaches, pools, and places like that. Now, if that was the
they're
norm,
not family friendly. Yeah,
if that was the norm, and I knew it was the norm, and I didn't want my kids to see that. Can you hold on, bro? I just wouldn't bring my kids there. You know, I would do research, but I don't want to like nude, like upper front nudity. Honestly, like I don't really see that much as an issue. And again, I wouldn't bring my kids around places like that.
What about if men did upfront nudity as well? Like, for example, if the law was, as long as you don't show the dickhead, you can have men walking around with just the elongated stuff, as long as you hold the dickhead covered. Similar.
Well,
to
I would argue that's lower nudity.
Then, but at the same time, if that was the fucking case, like trying to make correlations with the areolas, and it happened. Remember, we see that with gay pride parades, and we have kids there, and I have an issue with that as well. That's my problem.
Absolutely, California is a failed state, but
exactly. But my point is that when you allow these types of things and you allow these women to keep pushing the envelope of what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate, I think we need to dial that back. And the world we live in right now, with OnlyFans and all this shit that we have now with pornography, and we have big issue with kids, is why I asked them the question, do you know the actual average age of children watching pornography? It's actually 11 years old. They're starting very, very early, right? So my point is that I think we need to dial it back, especially if you present yourself as a conservative individual. I think you need to at least dial it back when it comes to the sexual morality of things. Like, for example, even with my smoking, I wouldn't, like, I smoke cigarettes, but I would tell kids to not smoke cigarettes, you know? And so Nova kind of made bold claims of, it's my boobs, and America is all about boobs, beer, and rock and roll, you know? Like, I think she said that in her response to me. But no, she doesn't know what America's about. That's not what America's about. You know, it's about conservative Christian values that I think we should be more focused on, other than boobs and beer and rock and roll. It's just ridiculous. That's just more of like a media point of view. It's more of like an advertisement. It's like oh, look, America's awesome type of thing. It's not what it's about, dude. That's crazy. Mr. You just came in. Any thoughts on what you just heard?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any restarted comments or anything like that. I'm not gonna, but as far as culture goes, right? Like it's fair to ask those questions, absolutely. But there's some false narratives out there that people are falling for that I'm kind of just I put my arms in the air and I'm like, what, you guys are just, I'm not saying that we have to accept all these people that are miscreants or degenerate or whatever, but should really ask yourselves what it means to be conservative. Like, is it the actions? Is it what they, because somebody like Ted Nugent, who was a 2A advocate for decades, he wrote a song called Sweet Dang Pootie Tang. I mean,
yeah, I know that song. I know that song. Didn't he marry like a 16-year-old or some shit?
I don't think so. I think he might have had like 2 or 3 marriages, which is not something to advocate for. That's not the point. The point is like, people like Kid Rock, Kanye, these are not role models per se, but to say they're not conservative, that's a completely different conversation. I think that's the conversation you were kind of hoping to have that you didn't get to have, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I see your point. It definitely is a culture thing. And so my only point is, I don't see a problem with being like, hey, this is what we should be advocating for, But again, you know, if we sit there and we just tell people, you know, you're never going to be able to recover from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't reform from them. And I hate to be that guy, but like, what's that one OF girl that everyone talks about? What the fuck is her name? I don't know. The one that was on the whatever podcast that people are like, she was like, shacking up with a military guy or whatever. And then she's like, I'm a Christian or whatever. But anyway, the point is like, yeah, like I don't want to be like, we have to accept her, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to prove this point in a second. The way I see it is if we sit there and we just say that about everybody and you know, not at least give a little bit of grace, at least one chance. If they fuck up after that, then I'm like, you know what? You had your chance. You're done. But we're going to get boxed in a corner and picked off easily, right? An example of this would be the small hat thing. There's a reason why I put that in that link in the back, because what happened, if you want to play that in a second, but what happened for the longest time was we sat there and we said, hey, you know, now it's the cool thing to just shit on small hat people, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then a few of us looked deeper into it and found out, hey, the math doesn't math. If 70% of them are leftoids, what kind of narrative could really be at play here? And then I think to myself, I go, if there are no Islamists on our side, then from my perspective, they're trying to divide us. They're trying to make us feel like, you know, the racist thing, the small hat thing, it's all the same. They're like, oh, those guys, they hate blacks. Those guys, they hate all small hats. Those guys, they hate, you know, this, they hate that. And it's like,
you're putting it in a big broad. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. If you're against something, therefore you must hate it as a whole, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Really quick, actually, that's a good perspective here, because that's how I'm kind of feeling with all these responses on everything that's going on. Really quick, School of Thought is still talking on the other gentleman's side of the aisle, but I'm gonna tell her right now. She says, "Really, my America has had pinup girls for a long time. You're being a social justice warrior." Look, Nova, I mean, feel free to come on. I already invited you if you want to do that, rather than just because you know I can read it. I have my chat over here. Several other people that aren't over there, like Miss D's over here, Crucible Crusader, Grid One. So we're over here on this side of the fucking aisle. And you're invited to come on, Nova. So
hey, Jake, I'm about to head off, not to cut you off.
Sounds good, then.
Mister, you brought up some really good points. I wish I could dive deeper in this. Hey, Jake, was I a bit more cordial?
Okay. First off, bro, the first time I met you, I didn't even see your face or nothing like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I had to go at you hard because I was already getting some flack from Nova, from Grid, and then I got you in there, and then OG came in later. So I felt like it was like a lot of people going after me. So of course I gotta amp up.
Understand that
I gotta amp up the intensity. Yeah.
Well, Grid was more neutral. He was more neutral a little bit, maybe leaning more towards our side, but he was kind of neutral.
He was but leaning towards y'all. Yeah. That's and I get it. It is what it is. But speaking of Grid One, hold on, let me add him. He's here right now. But totally get you there, Mick. And yeah, dude, I actually enjoyed the conversation with you, man. So you always come by, man. It's all good, and come by.
All right, man. Take it easy. Great. What's up, man? And have a good night.
What's up, dude?
Shortest conversation we've ever had.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good one, Mick.
For sure. What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Grid? Grid, did you see the exchange that I had with Talk Hard or whatever that guy's name is? He's still streaming.
No, I had to go pick up my son from daycare and had some other shit.
It was wild, bro. Emmett was there. Emmett was in the chat. I know he heard it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy, bro.
I'm just going to say one thing and then I'll shut up. Can we disavow that whole last conversation as kind of lowbrow? Can we just forget about that? that was so fucked up.
It was, dude.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, Grid wasn't there. I was making an annihilation. I was correlating things.
An analogy.
Analogy. Analogy correlating what he was saying about state law, that because it's a state law, therefore you shouldn't complain and it's harassment and stuff like this. So I made a very big hypothetical situation, and he bit the bullet. Emmett, you heard him. He bit the fucking bullet on a very extreme example, and it was wild. I did not see him doing that. I was hoping he wasn't going to do it.
I missed.
Yeah,
the
rand example.
Yeah,
it's pretty much if it will be legal to do bad things to kids, and he beat it as if it's I would be
the correct response to that should have been in a conservative society, right? That would never get into law to begin with. That should have been the guy's answer.
Yeah, done, dude. Yeah. But yeah, that was a wild exchange. I think we broke some TOS on there, but I kind of just didn't care because the conversation was pretty wild. And I'm
kind of glad I missed it, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to bite the bullet, bro. I did not. I expected him to contradict himself and then go through a different line of questioning, but he didn't do it. He actually bit the bullet. So
it's a hard position to take. It's also true that a lot of people are not actually engaging with your arguments. They just call you. It's like, oh, you don't like boobs out in the open all the time. That means you're gay. And it's like,
yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like that's all the argumentation that I've heard from the critics. School of Thought is still in there.
No, that's not true. I made good arguments.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Actually, when Powder Dusty, because I was reviewing his video.
Which is why I'm not going to argue with you now, because you and Dusty are going to argue, and I don't want either of you using my talking points going forward. I'm not helping either you fuckers.
Your talking points go against mine, so give Dusty.
Well, mine were contrarian at that point, so I'm not giving you either side at this point. I can argue both sides.
Fair enough. I'll destroy him either way.
I already know your arguments. I
you know my argument?
I watched them. Yeah, you made your arguments with Glenn, didn't you?
No, I gave a position. I didn't make my argument. I can argue Jake's position, and I can argue Flo's position. I'm just not gonna, because neither one of them gets help from me, since they're gonna do it live in Dallas.
So when you put your position, you didn't argue for your position with Glenn?
I gave a position. I didn't give my position.
So you were lying during that exchange, and you weren't actually saying what you.
Why does it have to be a lie? I can
because if it's not your position, then it doesn't belong to you, right?
This has Jake. I will change positions, and I'll take the opposite. Whatever he says, I'm going to take the opposite of.
You will just blow with the wind.
But also, Grid, your perspective is like, I was in the wrong for telling her any type of criticism on the boobs, right? Like, as far as from the male shouldn't say that. But you would agree that
I do hold the position that it is ultimately more correct for women to correct women than men to be correcting women. I do hold that position.
So whenever you talk about Nala Ray, you wouldn't actually be like, she's wrong. You would not have a position.
She's wrong. I can say she's wrong, but I don't go over to her and say,
you wouldn't tell her,
you stupid bitch.
You would never tell her that she's wrong, she's a stupid bitch or anything like that.
Yeah,
only someone like Rachel can do it, right?
Yeah, that's not my bitch. That's not my bitch. But
so,
I would certainly support the women who get harassed the shit out of her.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even tell her that she's wrong. You would, in fact, you shouldn't have a. If you ever see her, you will be like, "Hello, Nala."
No, I'd probably ignore her.
You just ignore her.
A talent. People should learn it better. So, hey, I have a question. I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, go. Ask the question.
No, because it's going to give away. It's a debate strategy that one of you guys is going to use. I'm not going to do it. Fuck.
What are you talking about? It's a question, Grid.
It's a question. All right. Can you be conservative and not Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
How's that?
I would say no.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would say that there are atheists that follow conservatism through a political policy point of view.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
I would agree with you on that.
That's why I would say there's atheists out there that actually voted for Trump and want the conservative policies, but they themselves, from a culture point of view, are not conservative. But they would.
But they wouldn't hold also Christian values
or Christian values. Yeah.
Right.
But they would oblige by the Christian ethics, but without being.
So what we call those like social conservatives? We would call them political conservatives, fiscal conservatives. What kind of conservatives would you call them?
Yeah, but that was my point when it came to Nova. Like maybe policy-wise, she voted for Trump, whatever the case is. But I'm talking about the cultural aspect of it.
Well, culturally, she could still be conservative. She just wouldn't be a Christian conservative.
Well, that's what I wanted to get into. That's what I wanted.
Well, I disagree with that, right? And
I know you
disagree with that too.
We already knew that you were going to disagree.
No, but I mean, the point is, you would also disagree with that. Although, or you want to be like a 70s, like an 80s, 90s. You would be like a 90s American.
Yeah, I think it's
like full on blown. AAB, you will be for it because it was completely legal at that point.
Yeah, so this is and this is an interesting this is kind of an interesting thought process that or thought exercise that I've done a couple of times, because there's a lot of people who consider the Muslims very, very conservative, right? Like they're ultimately conservative, they in a lot of ways, and yet I consider them to be heathens and complete degenerates with no I'm not going to get too far into it, but and so how do we define that? How would you define that? How do you look upon that? Because if you're saying that to be conservative is to have the modesty and have all of these traits, these trappings of conservatism, and yet at the core it's a debaucherous, horrible philosophy,
I think,
and worldview, but it's still conservative values.
Well,
but the worldview is completely degenerate. Where are you coming from then? What's your position then?
So, Emmett, do you want to answer that, or shall I go first?
Well, this is what I disagree with Jake. Right? I said that you have to be Christian because that way you get away from the moral problems of not having a moral standing.
But Emmett,
you have to be Christian in order to do it.
Yeah, but Emmett, you would agree that you can be Christian and not be involved into politics at all?
I mean the whole movement. Well, no, I disagree with that. You can be, the only ones who can be Christians are the ones working in the church that are not to be political. Everyone else has the.
What is it? A duty to be political?
Yeah, you have a duty to be a citizen and to put forward the Christian morality and values.
Yeah, sure, but from a political point of view, though.
Yes, it's your duty. Okay. If you're a citizen, you have a duty to be a citizen and to move forward as a citizen in your society.
That's what I was asking. So, as a Christian, you have a moral duty, or a duty in general from Christianity's perspective or standards, is to get involved into the political aspect of the nation, right?
Yeah, you have to act in accordance to what you are. So if you're a citizen, you have to act as a citizen and be as good as a citizen as you can. That is part of the values of it, right? If let's say that we were in another time frame and you're a slave and you don't have access to be a citizen, you have to be the best slave that you can be. That's part of the moral of the values of Christianity, and it's stated as in what you have to do. If you read the Bible, if you read the letters to the churches, it is stated that if you're a master, you have to be a good master. If you're a slave, you have to be a good slave. So it encompasses everything. You have a holistic view of everything. So if you're a Christian, you're a Christian and you're a citizen. You have to be a good Christian, and being a good Christian involves being a good citizen.
Can I don't mean to interrupt, but can I just answer Grid's question really quick?
Yeah,
about the Islam thing. I think that the problem with them is it's a violation in both aspects, like in terms of Christian foundational American morals and the Constitution. It's non-compatible in both aspects, right? It's in direct conflict with the Constitution because the Sharia is a pillar of Islam. That's the main problem.
That's right. That's right. And their religion doesn't allow for any other laws, right? For the law of the land. There's only their laws, which is interesting.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, as far as like when you want to paint like Muslims as conservatives, etc., they might have some crossovers with Christianity, but as far as what their religion represents and how they present themselves and how they run their own country, I would argue that they're not Christian conservatives. They don't have Christian ethics, right? This is why I have
obviously they're not Christian conservatives, but
yeah. Well, that's
the
what I'm
question
saying.
would
Like,
be,
they don't have the same ethics. So that's why. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a crossover there, and I get you from that perspective. But when it comes to the Muslims, this is why we actually have a war on them as well. Just because they say sex out of wedlock, whatever their religion is that might cross over Christianity, doesn't necessarily mean that they're our friends. So that's what I would say to that.
Yeah, I mean, so I've thought about this actually quite a bit because you've had people like Andrew Tate convert to Islam and talk about extol its trappings, and I thought it really puzzled me in the beginning, right? Because here's this person who is, in my opinion, a complete degenerate, makes his living literally off of pimping out women and selling OF girl content, and is routinely out on beaches with half naked women, and yet he's extolling the values of Islam. And I'm like, how is this even possible? Like, how does this work mentally? It just doesn't work for me. That the two things could coincide. And then I realized that ultimately, I think Islam is not conservative at all. I think it's all debauchery. I think it's all degenerative. I think it's all of it is fall short of God in any aspect or capacity. And so therefore, it puzzles me when people will say that, well, Islamists are more conservative in a lot of ways than Christians are, because of the way they make their women dress, because of the way their households run, the way these other things, these other trappings, right? The other the cosmetics, if you will, of how their supposed society works. But that's just my opinion. That's my observation. I don't know that I could defend that in a debate or an argument. This is just some, I mean, I would try, but I don't know that I could.
Usually those people who say that are the ones that like to paint right wingers as fascists. But in my view, because they teach that lie in college, it's not, being fascist isn't compatible with being right wing, because we're pro-capitalist, which is private ownership. In total fascist control, that would not be allowed for the most part. Right. You can't have total state control and private ownership.
Yeah. And that's and Envoy and Angel Berber, Envoy of Justice out there, says is correct. They're not the same ethics. It's completely foreign to me, and yet they are often used as an example of conservatism, and I find that very very odd.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the point with that, is that I think there's different justifications of conservatism. This is why when I asked Nova, what's your definition of conservatism, in that fucking same exchange, this is what I want. And by the way, I wanted a one-on-one with her, not Flow State, but I'm happy to destroy her little white knight over here at Dallas. But besides the point, Grid, really quick, super chat comes in from Jeremy Ryan, says, Jake, I think it's directed to you, Grid. If it's the woman's place to correct other women, how does he reconcile his spending money to whatever podcast to call out corrections to those types of women? Do you want to address that?
Yeah, I can absolutely address that. So, first of all, I thought it was funny. I didn't say I was right to do it. Did anybody ever told me did I ever say that I did that I was doing the Lord's work while I did that? As a matter of fact, I think that the biggest thing I did was I actually told them that they were in the wrong and that they should come to the patriarchy, and that they should submit to the patriarchy at some point. I think that's my normal line, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Grid, you're not their husbands though, Grid. Like you literally said,
right,
you literally cannot correct.
But telling
Nova
someone to come to the patriarchy, right? But I'm not prescribing anything.
So
I'm not telling them to hide their boobs. I'm not telling them to.
But neither am I.
Do anything except go to the patriarchy. Come over here. We have cookies. We know how to treat you. We know what's going on, and and find that man that to actually show them how to live their life. That's what I did.
But that part of that would be able to showcase that we know how to run things too, right? If that is the case, because at the end of the day, the patriarchy is to the household, but there's a bunch of people. Sure. This is why you need a church, because the patriarchy is in the church. And if we have a set of rules in the way that we want society to be run, and we see somebody that is not following, we have two options. We can use force, or we can use a soft, different kind of power, which usually is shame. And if we're not willing to use anything, we're just
if someone's not a member of your church, what do you do?
I will still shame them. Why wouldn't I? Well, that is the point of it. It would be absolutely to the point of, hey, I'm gonna shame you because I want to, because I have two options of enforcement, and this one is way better when it comes to soft stuff that I don't want to escalate, even though if I need to, I might need to.
Emmett, really quick, I don't mean to cut you off. I'll let you talk after this. But Nova Star School of Thought is still. She's still spurging out in the chat over here. I'm just look. I already sent the invite. I said come over to the chat and you can come onto the panel and have any fucking any problems that you have with me. Come on in here and you can have that exchange, Nova, instead of just asking me questions in the chat. I've already invited you on. I don't know why you keep spurging out. So just wanted to do, and she's still spurging out. Yeah, look at here. Count Emmett, whatever. But I already invited her on. I guess she's too scared, like I mentioned before. So we'll see if she shows up. But really quick, Grid. So going back to the super chat, spending money, you did say that it's literally not your job because you're not the husband. Now it's a correctional aspect, and I get it. You're saying, oh, go back to the patriarchy, etc. But you can only say so much of that type of content when you're just sending super chats. So with Nova, I'm talking, I don't even tell her to go back to the patriarchy. That's not the point. My point was, you're a conservative, seems to be, it's kind of, with your boobs out or whatever. I want to have that conversation of what you define as conservative, etc. She kind of gloated. I know celebrities, Jake, you're gay. Didn't really give me any arguments. So that's why I'm saying, like, didn't really get any type of answers. Blow State can't fucking give me the answers. Nobody here that has an oppositional point of view can ever give me an actual argument. But I am saying, like, with your perspective, I just kind of felt like, yeah, you do send out some, and not only that, Grid, like, you've been on these panels with these chicks and you criticize them, you tell them some pretty harsh things. Why am I any different from you?
Oh, I didn't say that you were necessarily. My correction to you is that you were constantly telling her that you were judging her not to be conservative. If you call it, look, hey, if you just said, hey, I don't like your top, I think that's degenerate. I think that's okay for you to say and then just move on. I don't have a problem with you saying that.
The chat was fueling the fire.
Sorry.
In fact, it was the chat that brought up her boobs. I didn't bring up her boobs. It was the chat that did.
I don't.
Reviewed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the chat that brought up her boobs. There was even super chats that talked about it. And then I just made the claim, like, yeah, I don't even think she's an actual conservative with her boobs out so much. This is why I asked her specific questions about her content. Like, do you show that in your content? She said yes. A lot of these factors. So I wanted to get into it with her, but then other people came in here and debated me instead of her.
It was, in fact, and I think some people have something going on here. That was not set up as a debate for anyone.
No, it wasn't.
Like that was honestly, I was to be honest with you, I was annoyed because I actually wanted to talk about many other things, and all we ended up talking about was cleavage, which to me is a boring conversation.
Well, it sparked a lot of debate, that's for sure.
Sorry?
I gotta go.
It sparked a lot of debate.
It did.
I gotta go, Jake.
It has sparked a lot of debate, but at the time there shouldn't have been a debate at all.
So thank you for having me on. It was interesting to keep on talking about this. I know I'm not American, by the way, so that's why I said that when you are a citizen, you have to act like one.
What are you?
So
Canadian?
It doesn't.
I'm
actually Mexican
most of the time.
Wait, are you from Mexico?
Yeah, I'm from Mexico.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't.
I
Know
live
that.
in I live in Utah. My family, my mother is a citizen and doing paperwork, but I'm not. I'm a Mexican, and people know this. It's very obvious. So but the point was, that's not an actual argument against me. It's like saying, well, you're not from here. I know it's obvious.
I actually didn't realize it. It took me a long time to realize that you were an actual Mexican.
Like he's a real Mexican. He's from Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. In America.
For a long time, he lives in Utah. I assumed that he was like you, Jake. I figured that he'd come over as, or his grandparents came over or something.
That he was born in America.
Realize he was actual Mexican. It took me a while.
Wow. I didn't know that about Emmett. Fair enough.
Yeah. So thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure, and have a good one.
Have a good one.
Hey, have fun, Emmett.
Take care.
Take care, bro.
I don't have a ton more time, but I have
straight
some.
beaner. Straight bean.
Straight bean. That's true.
I didn't know that about Emmett.
I didn't either. It took me a long time. I got to be honest. I think it was Emmett and I had been talking for like 4 or 5 months before I realized that he was actually
Yeah,
I call you wetback, but that's a joke.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I was talking about before, right? Because 25% of Americans are of Latin descent now, and a lot of them are Christian, right? And I'm just like, I will gladly take those asylum cases over the ones from like the Middle East, Europe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should only be Canada and Mexico. That's it. But by law, why are we getting these people from cross continent? I have no idea.
No, yeah, dude. No, I gotcha. I like Emmett. Didn't know that he was over there. I'm tempted to call ICE now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Emmett. I'm kidding. It is funny though. It's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's an interesting discussion to have about. I honestly like the discussion, around kind of what is a conservative.
I think I like that too, because I think that correlates with the debate that we were having on your panel, and it sparked a lot of debate. Grid.
It did, man. Like Cleavage Gate, like it grew legs, man. Like people have just run with that shit. Like I went on vacation,
Gate, bro. Boob Gate,
dude,
yeah.
I went on vacation and I thought all this shit had died. Like I didn't think anything about it, and I come back and there's like, or actually, I guess I just checked my email and shit one day, and I'm like going through, and they're like, Dusty's doing a response stream to your response stream, and Nova texted me and asked me for actually asked permission to use my footage, and I thought it was I was like, what the hell is going on? And then I came back and I'm like, wow, this is nuts.
It was a lot, dude. It went wild, bro. It went wild.
Yeah,
it did go wild. I'm not gonna lie, it went fucking wild. Yeah. And this is why we kind of have to respond. So today I had to respond to Powdered Dusty. I feel like I know
that was like Inception, watching you reviewing my stream, reviewing Dusty, reviewing your stream, reviewing my stream, and you reviewing
Grid. I made that joke. It was like it was our panel, and then me reacting to the panel, and then Dusty reacting to the panel that I'm reacting to, and then me reacting to Dusty reacting to me reacting to the panel.
It was crazy, man.
Like, it was a stream within a stream within a stream.
Yeah. and I got to be honest, I think I'm really going to enjoy this debate between you and Dusty. I think, it's
gonna be good.
It may be a shorter debate because, we're going to fit it in. So I was holding some time open because rumored that someone like Destiny or some pretty major people would want to come over and debate. So we had in the schedule, I padded the schedule out so I had room enough for one more debate. And I think and now you and Dusty may get bumped, obviously, if like a couple of heavy hitters come in, and but right now, man, I'm all about it.
I think it will be good. I think it'll be
and I think Dusty will actually buy you a lap dance. So, wait, he's talking to Wi-Fi about that. Never mind.
Yeah, I see him in the chat. I think he's talking to somebody.
I thought he was talking to you.
I think Dusty
I think he actually would do that.
Yeah, I think Dusty will pay for any type of degeneracy on my end for sure. Yeah. I think Dusty will do that. But no, I'll like I said, it's funny because Dusty was on his stream. He talked a lot of mad shit on me, and I talked a lot of mad shit on him. I think I did better than him because I do it better. So it should be a fun. No, Dusty says I won't pay for it. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. You fucking mag. Yeah, you will. I'll participate though. No. Dusty was willing to pay if School of Thought was doing the motorboat stand, and that Dusty will
which
pay
would
for
never
it.
happen.
Yeah, it won't happen. But I'm just saying,
it won't happen.
Dusty will pay.
Look,
Dusty will pay
I've
for
watched,
for it because he wants me to do that because he's a weirdo. That's for sure.
Look, I've known of Nova now for a little over a year, and I'm just going to tell you, I don't think she would do that. So
yeah, no, she won't. Like that, which is a good thing, or at least I hope she won't. I haven't known her for very long, but I hope she won't. Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's a funny joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, like it's a funny joke.
I didn't take her serious when she was like, I'm going to start a motorboat fucking stand and you're going to be the first. I didn't take her serious on that. But it's hilarious that she would even bring that up based off of the debate or the exchange that we were having, right?
Yeah.
That's all it was. So I had to scold her on that.
I don't think a lot of the lefties are going to be going. I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but from what I've heard recently, their big plan for the election cycle is a college tour. And so they might be doing that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Kind of shifting gears here. Like, I've been, we're looking at doing another event in probably in Florida. So, but we're gonna be doing it's gonna be different. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
in
great.
Dallas.
Do you see how Powder Dusty's a weirdo? I'm gonna rock some cleavage for the debate. See how weird he is.
It's the internet.
See how much of a weirdo he is.
It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt you.
Stop defending him, bro. Stop defending him. I'm
not defending him. I think
he's gonna take a page out of
him. Look, when Dusty gets like
I'm
this,
not taking
I can't
him serious.
Take him serious.
I'm making a joke too, Grid. Come on.
I know. I can't take you seriously either.
What the fuck, dude?
I do like to argue with Jake. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
I love to argue with Jake.
Am I your favorite
whatever
person to
his
argue with?
whatever his viewpoint is? I will literally take the exact opposite, and I will argue with him for an hour straight.
I'm having flashbacks of a year ago when you guys were all on the same panel arguing about body count.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I got Grid to confess that he would marry a woman with 60 bodies, but then you just found out on your wedding day that she has a bunch of film of her getting banged. And Grid said, no, I don't care about her getting banged. It's her lying to me of why.
Yeah, the lying part is the big
part that I had a problem with. Like, really, Grid? Like, well,
it's a question of degrees, right? Like, they're both bad, but what's more bad, right?
Her getting banged by 60 black dudes. And it's on film on the internet. Like,
sure,
come on,
sure, that's certainly bad. But if you came to me and told me that beforehand, it would never have gotten that far.
Well, let's say you just never asked about it.
So the lying part is really bad.
Well, let's say she never lied. Let's just say you never asked about it, and it's the wedding day.
So I don't think you guys understand.
She wouldn't be considered
lying, like actually lying like that. Like recently, someone cheated. In my
Dude, he
show.
says share the link to that Grid. I don't think that's already lost. I don't know when we did that debate. It's wild.
A long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I don't even have. I
don't remember whose channel it was on.
It was on yours, Grid.
It was on mine.
Yours. Yeah.
Oh, it's still there. Then I never delete anything.
But I don't remember the date. That's the thing. I don't remember the date.
But
that was a wild exchange. I remember.
It was. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah. But the thing is that like I don't like recently. Last year. Someone lied and cheated and effectively stole. And I kind of let it go. And then of course they've lied and they've cheated again. And so I don't think you understand how bad I view lying and cheating. Like I just don't think you quite get like getting dick down, whatever. But lying, like that's like premeditated murder to me, man. Like it's just the most horrible thing, man or woman. If you lie to me, it's like it's just so bad. It's so bad. And I'm talking about like an accidental lie or lie of omission where you just
like a lie requires intent is what you're saying.
like an intentional
lie.
I'm fucking you over lie.
Yeah,
like, I just don't think you understand. And I never forget that shit, like ever. I might be able to get over it. I might be able to get past it. We might be friends or whatever, but I'm never going to get over it.
I used to think a certain way, but I'm, in more recent times, I'm starting to understand why this, a lot of these newer groups are having these opinions, because I'm a numbers guy, and one of them I read was 25 or 27% of all the people that were on spring break got an STD this year. That's not good.
Whoa,
that's not good.
Fucked up.
That's
wild,
insane. That's a wild stat.
That is a crazy.
That's a wild stat, bro.
That is a crazy stat. That is wow.
And there's so I get like really grossed out by this shit, but apparently there's a new strain of syphilis in Michigan and where is it? I think it's like Minnesota or something like that. It's not good, all this stuff though. And and it's like that shit is like life threatening. So when
by the way,
kind of make that argument, I kind of look at
By the way, really quick, Powder Dusty's really simping in the chat right now. Nova, my cleavage is free to you if yours is to me. Dude, Powder Dusty's really simping over there. He's really desperate for that.
He's trolling you so
he's
hard
not.
right now.
Here's the thing. No, he's not trolling me. He's talking to Nova. But I'm saying I made it a point in this stream when I was actually going over his takes, and I'm like, this guy has porn brain, bro. Dude has porn brain. He cannot comprehend that I want to have a legit debate with this chick, and that the only reason I'm doing it is just to get laid.
So let me ask you, and this is, I'm trying not to be too serious tonight, but let me just, because I may have to go any minute, but let me ask you a serious question. Do you consider, which would you consider the more dangerous thing going on in society right now? The porn epidemic, and do you consider there to be a porn epidemic, or the movement away from like what we would consider traditional values? Which do you consider more dangerous?
Wouldn't that, actually, more traditional values, wouldn't that still correlate with the corn epidemic?
It would correlate with it, but you could move away from traditional values by simply not going to church, right? Like you, or
so are you talking from a biblical point of view, like not going to church?
No, I'm asking you, what do you they're two separate things. What do you consider more of a problem?
Either the corn epidemic,
which more seriously? Yeah. Well, first, do you consider that there's a porn epidemic?
Yeah, I'll concede to that.
Yeah,
especially with OnlyFans
addiction, porn addiction, I guess.
Yeah, especially with OnlyFans. Yeah. But
it's not just only. I mean, obviously,
I know it's not just that, but
porn.
OnlyFans really launched out the aspect of the kind of like pretending like you have a girlfriend with a lot of these chicks that are online, like e-girls and stuff like this.
Yeah, e-girls and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they pay to talk to them. So it really launched out the how do I describe it? As the pretending to have a girlfriend, like fantasy.
So
that would be considered.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Would you agree with me on that? Like a lot of these pornography OnlyFans chicks will make money off of men.
I don't know enough about the pretend girlfriend thing to really comment intelligently on it. I think it's weird, but I know like that's been a thing in Japan for like decades, and it's like not. It seems to be okay. I don't have enough information on that. But when we talk about the porn epidemic, we have. I read a stat the other day that the average 11-year-old has seen pornography.
Actually, I just brought up that stat today on this fucking stream.
Oh, you did?
When I was debating with Hard Talk or whatever.
It's really crazy. Yeah. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
And so it's just a like I think it's like the most. It's probably the single thing that if that I would say if we could fix that in society, if we could reduce the porn addiction, or somehow, obviously, I don't know that you could get rid of it, but if you could somehow reduce it,
mitigate it as much as possible.
Mitigate it as much as possible. I think that it would solve so many other problems that, that it would cause a major swing, I think, in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
The problem is it, and I haven't put a ton of thought into this, but I was having a discussion with some friends the other day, and like, I never knew porn addiction was a thing, and I didn't actually used to consider, like, I actually thought that was some made up shit.
No, it's a real.
And
thing.
I read, of course, I have a degree in psychology, so I went back and read some modern, more modern studies on it, and it's like, it's insane how bad it is right now. It's absolutely insane.
The average age of people that watch pornography for the first time is 11 years old.
Yeah, regularly.
It's
not just just watch it, but like once, twice, 3 times a day.
Yeah,
it's the average age is
it's gone lower.
It's
lower
not even
as
the
time
teens.
goes on,
yeah, and it's really, I mean, people are, there's lots of people out there talking about how to fix the problems with society, and I think that we're missing the boat if we don't talk about that. And I don't know how to talk about it, right? Like, I don't, first of all, I'm old, right? So
you're not that old, Grid. You're still young.
We didn't have this problem.
You're still a young cat, Grid. You're only like
I'm
50.
still a young cat. All right, I appreciate that.
50, bro. You're still 50. It's not even
55.
that old. Okay, well, nevertheless, bro, you're still in your 50s. It's not that old. It's not like you're 70 or 80. You're not Donald Trump's age.
That's true.
Although he walks around pretty
and
pretty.
I just feel like we get distracted a lot by by other issues that are also important. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to downplay anything, but I've never realized how bad the porn addiction thing was.
No, Grid. It is pretty bad, Grid.
Yeah.
It is, because you remember pornography. I think it got legalized in the 70s. So as decades went on, more and more people, as it got legalized, more people, and you can't blame it on there, because men are more of the hunters. Like they want to see naked women, So when you look at the epidemic from the 70s all the way to nowadays, a lot of men are addicted to that. They're addicted, and they don't want to go out and actually meet women. They don't want to go out and actually talk to these girls and actually have skills to attract women, etc.
And I've heard a lot of younger women lately talking about the unrealistic expectations that young men have because of corn.
Oh yeah,
right?
Especially when they see a black dude with a fucking 20-inch cock rail this chick. They have some type of standards of like, well, I need to kind of live up to that, but it's fantasy, bro. It's not real,
Well, and it's they're, I mean, I guess, unfortunately, it is the most time where all of that fantasy kind of coalesces, right? Like that's when you're a young person, teenager, preteen, you have all of that imagination kind of going on, and it's just crazy. And of course, I have a 16-year-old and I have a 5-year-old, so these are things that I actually deal with, right? Like to some degree, which is why I knew about it. And I haven't heard a good suggestion about how to deal with it moving forward.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you can talk about, get kids into church and do all of that sort of thing, but I'm going to agree with what Dusty said here. It's, a lot of it's just the devices and the access, the unfettered access to information. And, I was listening to somebody else talk the other day, and they were like, well, I have total control of my kid. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, you don't know what his friends are showing him on their devices. You don't know what, dude, I get I get I have my modem and router set up to alert me to any kind of weird sites, and I routinely get sites popping up that I go and tell my son, I'm like, hey man, don't do that. Like just knock that shit off.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you.
So it's I'm just curious about your viewpoint on that, because you seem pretty, you seem
yeah.
In my mind, I think you seem about the normal amount of not chastity's not the right word, but
no, definitely not. No, I mean, well, grid. I played a lot of music when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have experience like having my body count's pretty high? I get it, but my point is that I don't believe that the actions of individuals, especially living a kind of promiscuous lifestyle, whether you're a man or a woman, is good for society in general. Now, have I done that in the past? Sure. And I don't think that's good for society. The same thing, I drink and smoke. I don't think that's good for society either. In fact, if there was a law that stated that they were banning alcohol and cigarettes, I don't really have a good argument against it, because drunk driving leads to a lot of death. There's a lot of argumentations that goes against that. Even though I like drinking, I like smoking. There's a lot of argumentations that go against that. So,
well, I mean,
at the end of the day, if
they
it
did
happens,
ban alcohol for a while, and it didn't work very well.
Okay. Well, fair. Well, there's also an argument to be made about that as well. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, like, I don't think there's a whole lot of good arguments on those aspects of things. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if tomorrow they ban cigarettes, for example, I don't think there's a good argument for me to go out here online and advocate for cigarettes. And I don't even think cigarettes are good for the public in general. I don't even think they're good for anybody to smoke that.
I mean, I'm not the right person to be talking about this, because look, I've never smoked, I've never drank, I never tried drugs. I've But
you can sit there and see the effects on society and say, I don't want that in my society. Right?
What I've observed is that the people that do so, the people that do so seem to have far more problems than I ever did. My youngest brother died of alcohol poisoning.
Yes, that I knew.
Yeah, alcohol toxicity, or whatever you call it. His organs failed because he drank so much. And then my youngest brother, he's 4 years younger than me. He died 8 years ago. And I look at my other brother. If you look at me and you look at my other brother, who's a year younger than me, he looks 5 years older than me. And it's all smoking and drinking and just living that weird ass lifestyle.
Yeah, it ages you.
Yeah, it just ages people.
Which you back up my argument about banning, like, for example, cigarettes. Like, what's the whole use? What's the benefit here?
I'm fairly, in general, I'm fairly anti-banning of things, but I think that education.
Other than saying, like, it's my freedom argument.
Sure.
It's my freedom. It's my freedom to smoke cigarettes. Well, it's my freedom to do cocaine or heroin or any type of drug that comes by. You can make that argument for that, but also, like, do you want to live in that society? That's where we'd have to break down. And where does the line draw?
I think you go down a rabbit hole of, throughout history, people have done what they thought was good for society and ended up literally every single time in a train wreck.
But
and so
we would have to find
I don't
the right
believe
threshold.
that we as humans are capable of knowing what is quote unquote good for society. I don't believe that. What I do believe is I believe that I believe that the way that America has done it for 250 years now, of your freedoms begin where mine end, right? And therefore, what I do in my backyard, I don't want you should not worry yourself about, right? And we've kind of had that, and what we've done is that we have actually fostered a culture. The war on drugs, perfect example. We fostered this culture of fighting a problem that we ended up making worse. We've actually, because of the attempts to stem the flow of drugs across the border, which I actually think can be done very easily, but because we have humans involved in that, we've actually made it worse. And there's all of these examples of CIA funding drug runners to catch other drug runners, and I mean, it's
making
just
deals, but
Yeah, it's just we haven't we've never been able to solve a problem that way. So my solution always is education and culture changes rather than trying to ban something or basically take so I prefer to take the Christian route rather than the Muslim route. The Christian route says you have the choice to do it and you need to make good choices. The Muslim route says you don't do it, and if you do it, we cut your hand off. Or we cut your head
but
off.
wouldn't you say that there's a balance there, that like from the Christian perspective, if we make laws, we're not going to cut your hand off, but we'll put you in jail and have some type of punishment? Like I think that would be more reasonable.
I think basically that's okay.
But
right.
Well, that's my point here is kind of having, I'm not saying to chop their hands off or chop their heads off or anything like that.
I'm using extremes. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah. But I am saying, like, from my perspective, again, if you're banning alcohol or cigarettes or something like that, that would be hard to kind of go against, because I know the stats when it comes to alcoholism. I know the stats when it comes to drunk driving. I know the stats of like crimes. The vast majority of crimes are under the influence of either alcohol or drugs.
Absolutely.
So a lot of this is like, if you, in a perfect world, you can ban that stuff and it didn't exist, why wouldn't you do that? Like,
in a perfect world, I think that you could. Unfortunately, I don't live in a perfect world.
But let's say in an unperfect world, you can mitigate that. Why not do that?
We mitigate that through culture changes. We mitigate that through education. We mitigate that through not allowing people to coddle people and say it's okay to do drugs today, right? And I had a fascinating talk with a friend of mine who claims to be libertarian, but really he's just a conservative who wants to do drugs, right? Or he wants to smoke pot or whatever, right? And I consider him that. I'm like, dude, you're a conservative who wants to smoke pot. Shut the fuck up. You're not a libertarian.
Well, just say it then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just own it, right?
Yeah.
And so, he made this argument. Like, he had this whole thing where he's like, well, he thinks that legalizing all drugs would be the way to go, and the way that it should work is that everybody, if you get addicted. Because some people can do drugs and not get addicted, I guess. I don't know the science behind it.
Probably to a degree, sure.
Yeah. But other people are highly addictive, right?
Sure.
And so if you get addicted, you get one chance at free public treatment, right? Rehab, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it was basically the public saves your life once. Right. You get one free pass. If you do it again, then either your family has to pay for it, you have to pay for it, or you go to jail or you die or whatever. Right. Like, they're like, there's no, they kind of pull the public safety net out from underneath you. And that sounds kind of like some kind of happy medium, but it really isn't, in my opinion. I think that, first of all, I do think that, there is a certain amount of, drug laws that ought to exist, right? Like, I think that there are some that are just so terrible and so bad that and have proven over and over again to be that there ought to be controls there. But for like alcohol and tobacco and things like that, which I think are also bad, personally. I don't have the answer for that. And I think that we keep searching for the answer. And I think the real answer is that we created a culture where it was really popular to drink and it was really popular to smoke. And then we created this culture where it was taboo to do that. And so we had an actual counterculture, which may have even made it worse. Maybe more people smoked and drank because of the counterculture.
Well, maybe, but wouldn't you say that propaganda is a very powerful tool?
I think propaganda is, is incredibly.
I would consider propaganda a very, probably the most popular tool in order to influence the public.
An incredibly powerful tool. Just look at Candace Owens talking about.
That's a big example.
Look at Candace Owens and her nonsense.
Okay, so that's my point. So if we were to push, let's say, Grid, you were president of the world, or say America, whatever, you're president. Would you want to push propaganda to women to start families early in their 20s?
Yeah, I do. 20s, I mean, I've said multiple times, I think that ideally,
that's my point.
So
that's my point. So, like, let's say we push propaganda to go against some type of cigarette smoking, right? They did this in the 1950s. They promoted cigarette smoking as healthy. It's propaganda, and they got more people to smoke, right? So
They did.
I would say if you want to change the cultural aspect of America and the mentality, I think propaganda is the way to go. I think it's the most powerful tool. The problem comes is that a lot of these politicians can't really do that because a lot of the propagandist companies, the ones that want to make their money, they're the one paying for these politicians in order to push whatever agenda they have. So I think it's going to be hard to kind of reverse that, but I think it's still possible. And I think from my perspective, that's where I want to go. Is that the OnlyFans, you know, they promote OnlyFans is like, it's not a big deal. Like, you know, Flow State and stuff like this, that would say like, what's the big deal about cleavage? What's the big deal about showing pasties of boobs going on onto the beach if it's legal? These are a lot of the argumentations that I've seen. I think it's propaganda. Flag burning, that's another one, you know? So we've been kind of fed this type of things. And my perspective is I want to conserve things in the past that have worked. And I want to go back to that, at least to a degree. I'm not saying go back to the 1950s or anything like that, but I am saying like, we do need to conserve some type of conservative values. And especially when it comes to the sex part of things. The sexual revolution really launched out a lot of mixed responses because people love sex, people love boobs. So they're going to back it up because they like boobs, and people like Blow State and a lot of these fucking pervs that come in here are going to back up the boobs. My thing is I want to push propaganda more into this to the direction of we should promote more modesty when it comes to women's clothing, when it comes to men and how they look at women, a lot of things of this nature, right? And that's my perspective of what I want to push. And it's not me telling women what to do or anything like that, but it's me wanting to push my ideology. That's where I come from, you know?
Yeah, I get that. and that's, you know, I mean, I pick at you, but you know, it's all in good fun. So
no, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I gotta go see why the noises are coming from the other side of the house. So
it's all good, Grid. I got to end the stream soon, and we're gonna send the chat somewhere. You're not gonna be live.
Send them somewhere. Send them somewhere cool.
Yeah, we will for sure.
Yeah. Hey man, good talk as always.
Of course, Grid.
Well, I don't know how much I'm going to be online this week. I'm hoping to be on Wednesday night, but I'll see you in Dallas, bro. So
for sure, my friend. God bless.
All right, everybody else, be cool and donate some money to my man Jake here.
Yeah. By the way, I need some money from you guys, especially from Nova Star. She's in the chat. She's a hater, so we need a super chat from Nova Star here. Before we do that, hold up really quick. Let's play some music because we're gonna round it down. We're gonna see who's live. Send a chat somewhere over there. Real quick, I did want to address this. Nova. Now, I don't think Nova Star likes me very much, which is fine. It's all good. Don't give a shit. But Nova did say this. Nova Star said this. Last time, Barr, you can come chat with me on my channel. I don't give free viral moments anymore. Hey. And I'll tell you this. I don't know what she's talking about, viral moments, okay? I don't know what, I think that's her paranoid side talking here. But yeah, I'm down. You know, if you're not going to exchange this debate or this discussion through Dallas, which I wish I was debating you over Blow State. Yeah, we can do it through your channel, and I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that. So we'll do it that way if you want. Totally down with that. She goes on to say, Jake, you're in your 30s. Time to get married. Stop chasing blondes in tube tops with hips popping out and going after me. Make babies. Be happy. Yeah, I do need to make some babies. That is true. I need to get some babies. I need to get some little Jake Barr Juniors.
I sing the N-word every time I hear it. Don't blame me, I didn't write the lyrics.
So maybe we can get an exchange with Nova Star.
Please just let me sing along.
All right. Maybe we can get an exchange. And she won't charge me $300. Let's get, you know what, real quick, let's get that confirmation. Let's get that confirmation. Nova, are you going to charge me $300? Are you going to charge me $300 for this exchange? Because I don't know. She might charge me $300. She said, you ever want to have a conversation with me, Jake? I'm a celebrity. I'm better than you. I'm going to charge you $300. Just like Sarah, the aging tomato. After I pissed her off, she's like, oh, Jake, if you want to come onto my panel. And this was like years. This was before she blew up with Andrew. I'm going to charge you $500. I said, well, fuck you, bitch. And we saw how that worked out, you know. On your channel, yes. Mine, no. Yeah, whatever, Novus. I don't care. Let's just have the exchange. I don't care. Whatever. Let's have the exchange either before Dallas or after Dallas. I don't care, as long as it's on a public platform. I mean, we can have a chat privately, but that would be a little bit less combative. We can have a less combative private chat at Dallas, but if we're gonna have this very controversial conversation, because obviously it's controversial, everybody's fucking talking about this shit. We literally sparked an entire fucking, everybody and their fucking mother is talking about Nova Star and Jake Var, and that I'm a misogynist and fucking he needs to, you know, he's a woman hater and all this fucking garbage, and Nova Star's a innocent little angel. It sparked a lot of debate. So I'm down to do it either after Dallas or maybe before, but however, I do need to do some debate prep for LSP, which I'll probably do tomorrow. So I got to make room for some other stuff. Probably best after Dallas, but we'll see. Hold on. Let's see what else you guys do. Actually, before that, I need to take a fucking leak. I'll be back.
Tonight, alright. But when I'm by myself, driving in my car, I say nigga with the heart on. Tell me there's words that I can't say. All the stupid rules are fucking gay. I'm listening to my favorite rap song, and I just wanna sing along, nigga. I feel like saying.
All right, we're here. Actually, Speakeasy's in the fucking chat. I didn't even see Speak. I didn't even see that Speak was in the chat. Nova thinks she is. Nova thinks she's viral. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Really quick. Yeah, another thing that I didn't even fucking see in the chat here. Flow State shooting out $2 super chat. I'm not gonna give you the whole thing, but I'm sponsored of the stream now. Yeah, you're the sponsor of the stream. Shout out to Powdered Dusty for the $2. Appreciate the $2, bro. But you will get destroyed, so don't think that your compliment sandwiches and your super chats are gonna save you from the wrath of Jake Var. So you can send in all the money you want, you're still gonna get fucking annihilated in Dallas, bro. So just Just FYI, bro. FYI. Let's see who's here. Grudgehead, good to see you in the chat, my friend. One of the actually, he's probably the original mod here in Project VeoPod. Really appreciate that. Holy shit. $50 fucking coming in. Super chat, speak easy. Nah, that's me, poor boy. That's me, poor boy. Shout out to the Canadian $50 from Speak Easy. Appreciate you, my friend. But yeah, I'm gonna try. Well, obviously, I'm probably gonna end up in a debate with Flow State because Flow State already agreed. So we'll do Flow State, and then I got to do some debate prep on LSP. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I know Nova Star did a piece on me, so I'm gonna try to review Nova Star's piece on me and mix it in with LSP. And do some debate prep on him for Dallas on tomorrow's stream. So we're gonna mix them in there. Nova's probably gonna be like, "What? Well, you didn't dedicate a fucking stream for me completely." Yeah, I did it for Flow State because he has more viewers. No offense. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. We'll respond to Nova Star, and hopefully we can get a one-on-one with Nova Star, either before or after Dallas. Either way, it should be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna respond to all the haters. Nova Star hater, Blow State already fucking responded to him. So yeah, gotta respond to the haters here before we head out to Dallas. And we'll do it that way. But shout out to Speak Easy, bro. Thanks so much for the 50, bro. Appreciate you. And maybe if I have time, hopefully I can take an Uber to Speak Easy's event for a little bit, maybe at the end. I don't know what the schedule's like, but we'll see if I can go over there for a little bit and then head over to Grids. If I'm doing 2 debates, more than likely I'll be there all day. So more than likely, probably not going to be able to stop by, but if I could do it, I'll do it, bro. So if I could do it, I'll do it. Go make some actual content. Oh yeah, he's Speak and Dusty are really fucking going at it right now. Yeah, there you go. They're going at it in the chat. All right. This really sparked up a lot of fucking debate here with me and Nova Star's exchange and her simps. Nova Star and her simps versus Jake Var. That really sparked up a lot. But who's live right now? Hold up. Teriak, somebody. There's nobody live. Flow State. I don't think Flow's going live. Speak's not going live. Upcomings. Doesn't look like anybody's live right now. All right. Angry Man's live, but I don't even like that dude, to be honest. All right, well, fuck. Oh, what? Christian Strange? No, he's not live. Anybody? Is anybody live right now? I'm gonna send you guys somewhere good. Christians, Powder Dusty's not live. Speak's not live. Rattlesnake, Cool Vic's not live. Jay Dyer's live. Let me get to his channel. I know Powder Dusty really doesn't like Jay Dyer. There you go. Wait, hold on. Is he live? What the fuck? He was live. Yeah, Jay Dyer. Fuck, why is it not coming up? Search your videos. Oh, never mind. He's not live. I guess he just got off. Yeah, there's nobody live, guys. CNN's live, but I'm not gonna send you over there. Hold on. Is he live? I just got the message. Hold up. Yeah, he's live. All right, we're gonna send you to David Cooley's channel. He's live right now. We're gonna send you guys over there. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully we can. Yeah, Miss D's in the chat. Look, guys, I wasn't looking at the chat. I was trying to see who's live right now, and Miss D had to message me because my phone went off. And so we're gonna send you over there to David Cooley. Hope everybody's having a good night, and God bless. And tell Cooley that. An unknown podcaster by the name of Jake Varr sent y'all his way. God bless. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next, probably tomorrow. We'll be reviewing Nova Star. I don't have her content information, so if Nova can be in the chat tomorrow or something, and we'll see. So have a good night, guys. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.